how to create your own tactic on Football Manager 2022. Now, I know you've clicked on this video. I mean, shout out my nigga Farah there. Shout out my G Farah. Listen, I know a lot of you clicked on this video not because you don't know how to make one, but because you simply just can't be bothered. And I don't blame you. Honestly, I'm looking here and I see that there's a lot of already made tactics that are very reasonable. Like you can win trophies with each and every one in their own separate ways. So I don't blame you for not wanting to create your own tactic. But there's obviously exceptions to every rule, and some people would like to have the luxury of creating their own tactic, and my role here is to help you and assist you in doing that. So yeah, we're gonna do it right now. Let me show you how to do it. Alright, the reason why I've chosen Newcastle is because I may or may not be doing a Newcastle career mode, because I think I deserve to do that, because I did it in 2021 before they got taken over. So I'm a real one, innit? So yeah, I'm definitely doing that. So I need that money. Anyway. Clean slate is what we're going with, obviously, because it's a new tactic here. 4-4-2 is what I meant to say. So it's not about the tactics. Let me just put it like this, yeah. So you see right here, these things right here. It's not about this. It's not about this right now. Like to start off with, you don't want to do these right now. What you want to start off with is go to player and do the individual roles first. That's what you want to start off with. So for me, because it's a normal 4-4-2, it depends how I want to play. So let's say I want to have a possession-based tactic here. I'm going to make sure that everyone's passing is short. I dribble less with everyone. Take less risks with everyone. So let me show. Alright, so for this possession-based system, we're going to see a trend of a take fewer risk instructions. So even down to the goalkeeper, you'll see take fewer risks, bruv. Attackers take fewer risks. Both of them as well. Right wingers, left wingers, centre backs, bruv. Everyone's taking fewer risks because the aim is to keep the ball. You'll see a lot of them having is it pass less direct or something like that, dribble less, pass it shorter. You're going to see a lot of that as well. Yeah, for the midfielders, sometimes you do need to have that midfielder that splits the defence, so one of them has to at least be on more direct passing, which is why I've gone with Willock to do that. But yeah, overall the whole base of this is keeping the ball and taking less risks and passed it shorter. So that's for the possession instruction. Now, if you want to spice things up a little bit, you can, and let me show you how. So in this instructions thing, let's say you like your wingers, but you like them when they swap around as well. You can also do that by just pressing this right here, swap positions with. So we've got Matt Ritchie here. You can ask him to swap positions with whatever his name is, Saint Maximin, bruv. And yeah, he will be cutting inside when they swap, and you can change that if you want to anyway. So yeah, you can have both of them interchanging. That's the word that I was looking for still. Because the tactic that I'm showing you is a possession-based mentality. Possession-based tactic here. The mentality can remain as balanced, but depending on how the game's going, let's say you're winning and you want to hold your lead, you can make it defensive. And if you're losing and you want to try and get a goal or something, then you can make it either positive or attacking. I highly advise you don't choose very attacking, because you tend to leak a lot more goals. Like, unless you just like say, you know what, just F it, whatever. But yeah, I highly advise you don't choose very attacking still. But anyway, we're gonna do the in possession tactics. So first of all, the width can't be too high, especially if you want to keep the ball, because imagine you're trying to do like very tight passing and then your players are 10 million meters away from you. Like, it's not going to work. So you need to make it a bit more narrow, firstly. Secondly, the passing directness is obviously going to have to be short, along with the tempo as well. If you want to waste time, you can. I highly advise you don't do that, especially if you want to actually no, you can do that. It all depends on you, really and truly. But yeah, me personally, I'm not wasting no time here. I'm not going to lie. Now, you're going to want to avoid the approach play of passing to space. You're going to want to keep it short and low for the tempo. Play out of defence, keeping the ball, and work the ball into the box when you're attacking as well. Dribble less to make sure that it's a pass first mentality, and be more disciplined if you want to, but I will always go more expressive anyway, because they're already passing short anyway, so you can make them express themselves if you want to. Play for set pieces, that's optional, it doesn't really matter. All it means is it's literally in the name, very self-explanatory. But yeah, let's move into in transition for this possession-based 4-4-2. Now, for the possession has been lost, this once again depends on the mentality that you choose. So let's say if you want to do a regroup mentality, regroup, I don't even know what that is. If you want to choose regroup here, you would usually do that when you're on a defensive or very defensive or even cautious mentality. And you'll do counter press when you're trying to take the game to someone. So let's say you lose the ball and you're attacking, you'd want to counter press them so that you can get the ball back as soon as possible to attack them again. So now, for when you have got the ball, a lot of the time I've confused myself as well with the counter and hold shape. What this really means is similar to the mentality again. If you want to counter someone, you usually use that for the defensive ones. So you're already on the back foot, so you're trying to counter them and catch them out. But if you're already on the ascendancy, you would want to hold shape. I'm not going to lie. The reason why is so you can take your time. And especially if you're in a possession system, taking your time will make a lot more sense as well. So that way you can intricately pass your way through any defense if you hold shape when you have the ball. So yeah. Once again, goalkeeper in possession, that all depends on how far, I mean, your mentality once again. So yeah, if you want to distribute quickly, that usually suits a counter-attacking mentality. But if you want to slow pace down, that's definitely you trying to keep the ball. Like it says in the description, waste time. So yeah, control game or waste time. But yeah, distribute to area or player now, similar to when it says playing out from the back. This is literally, if you want to just keep the ball when you're playing out from your goalkeeper, you can just pass it to the centre backs. If you have ball playing defenders, they'll be good on the ball. Fullbacks is the same, not going to lie. You could also distribute to flanks depending on your wingers or the size of your wingers as well, because it is going to be in the air. I mean, roll it out, you can't really roll it out to your flanks. So yeah, literally it covered it up. Anyway, yeah, it all depends on how you want to play out from the back, really and truly. That's just different ways to play out from the back. So the one that I would usually go with is distribute to centre backs and full backs for a possession based system. Cool. And if it's not possession based, you can always distribute either over opposition defence, to your target man, to your flanks, bruv. I wouldn't really do it to the playmaker, but yeah, and that will always be a long kick thing as well. Oh my god, as well. All right, next, your line of engagement. That all depends once again on your mentality, bruv. Well, it will suit better. It's suited better to different mentalities. So once again, if you're in the ascendancy and you want to put as much pressure on someone as possible, what you're gonna want to do is make the defensive line much higher, definitely much higher, and then obviously the line of engagement as well, that's your attackers pressing defender from the front. You want to make that as high as possible as well. Now it's up to you to use your offside trap. Yeah, if you have good defenders, especially fast ones, you wouldn't really notice how high the defensive line is because their positioning is so good in it. But and also if you have fast ones, they can recover. But yeah, offside traps is risky because you've got people out here like Haaland that are programmed to beat the offside trap. So that's your own risk, I'm not going to lie. So that's up to you. Defensive width, however, that I'm not going to say that depends on your formation. I mean, your mentality. That really depends on you. I'm not going to lie. So as you can see, it says force position inside or force opposition inside or force opposition outside. So let's say you wanted to force opposition outside. What you're doing right now is you're making sure that all of your defenders are congesting the box. So similar to, like, I think probably Burnley do this year, where they just put so many people in front of the goalkeeper, like a very tight, narrow form of defense, bruv. And then the wide one, that's let's say you want people to beat your foot. I don't even know how this one works. I'm not gonna fully had to read it, and it's mad. So it says it's in order to push the ball back inside into central positions to then dispossess the opposition and generate more dangerous counter-attacking opportunities in transition. What I got from that is it's going to be a lot harder to counter-attack a team when your defenders are much more compressed inside your own box, rather than them being a lot more wider, so it's easier for you to counter-attack them. That's what I got from that still. So yeah, anyway, marking and tackling, that all depends. Once again, I'm not going to say mentality, that depends on you. Me personally, depending on the position of the players and stuff, I don't think you need to use tighter marking and tackling, but that's up to you. Once again, trigger press once again depends on your mentality. So you wouldn't press someone if you're trying to hold a lead on very defensive. Like, let's say you're on very defensive, you're not trying to press anyone. Like, let's be real, you just want to create a shield in front of goal. Don't press anyone. Don't leave your shape, bruv. Just hold shape. Stay in shape. Flip it up. Don't leave your shape. Flip it. Obviously, to counter that, we've got the attacking one. So if you're attacking, you're gonna want to press at its highest. Like, let's put it like this. Yeah. The highest press is much more often, I believe. Yeah, much more often. Yeah, literally just press. Literally Jurgen Klopp pressing style. That's what you get with the trigger press being at its highest, bruv. Just pressing like a madman. And yeah, prevent short goalkeeper distribution. You wouldn't choose that if you're playing out from the back. You wouldn't select that if you're playing out from the back. If you're counter attacking someone and you don't want the ball, you would prevent short goalkeeper distribution by literally just pressing this button. Simple as. And then tackling, I don't usually pick any of them because it doesn't really matter. But if you're trying to, once again, press someone out of the game, get stuck in straight away. It is obviously risky because you can get yellow cards and red cards, but roll the dice. And if you want to stay on feet, that's a bit more safe. But you are a lot more at risk of getting split this way. I've noticed as well. I'm not gonna lie. But if you balance it out, I would usually just not pick any of them, which is pretty much both. Yeah, 50-50. So before I made this video, I promised myself that I'm gonna make sure I do one normal tactic that's known to everyone, and then I'm gonna make one, well, not tactic, but one normal formation that's known to everyone. I'm gonna make a formation that nobody has seen before, because we've come across those guys that you know, have the maddest formations that don't make any sense, bruv, but they work. So I'm gonna show you one right now. Alright, so in terms of random formations, man, I had to bring back the Balawaza. I haven't even showed this one on camera before, but yeah, the Balawaza it's a very weird formation, as you can see. You will probably look at that and you're like, what the hell is this guy doing? But let me explain, especially now that they've added the wide centre back. It works even better now, because now in goal, Darlow, yeah, and before I even go to the player roles, instructions, not roles, I'm going to talk about the roles. So yeah, goalkeeper, defend Darlow, simple as, that's nothing special. But yeah, complete wing back, Manquillo. The reason why it's a complete wing back is because, as you can see, we have no right winger. The reason for that is, on that left wing, we've dominated everywhere. The reason why is, let's say you've got an opposition with a poor right back or a weak right back, just play this formation and you'll see why. So before I even break down the roles, I'm going to tell you what it does. So literally all that happens is you will get the ball. Obviously, two no-nonsense centre-backs that are actually defenders will win the ball. And all they're going to do, they're just going to kick it in there. Like, you can see that there's bare players in there. At least one of them will get it. I'm not going to let at least one of them. And then when they do get it, because we've got shadow strikers galore, like two of them, we've got advanced forward right there, we've got an inverted winger right there, they're going to make something happen. Like, on that counter, it is a counter-attacking formation. I'm not going to lie, just ping the ball out there. I'm not going to lie, just get out there, bruv. Anyway, we've got a defensive winger to cover for the lack of left back as well. So yeah, technically all areas are covered if you think about it. And just to confirm that even more, we've got a Carrilero called Joe Willock. Yeah, a Carrilero, similar to a box-to-box midfielder. He moves, yeah, but instead of moving box to box, look at the cursor. Instead of him moving box to box, yeah, man moves side to side. So he's gonna be covering this area that's that no one's there anyway. So yeah, I've just broken it down, so let me put the roles into play now. So, alright, so I've put the instructions into play. One thing I forgot to mention before is, I did say if it's a weak right back, you'll play this, and if it's a weak left back, you're just going to rotate it. Well, flip it vertically and not horizontally, flip it in it. So yeah, put the left winger on the right wing and etc. Put everything on the other side. But yeah, for the roles, you're going to see an average of everything direct. As you can see, more direct passes. Direct passes right there. Midfielder, direct passes, bruv. The aim, it is counter-attacking, so yeah, it is meant to be a direct passing style, because we're not trying to keep the ball right now, we're just trying to get the ball and make shit happen, especially on this left hand side, which brings me on to my next point, which is obviously the mentality. So yeah, obviously mentality, I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably choose either cautious or defensive. I'm not gonna lie, because it is a counter-attacking mentality. You can see that this is not made to be a team that's on the ball. Like, I'm not talking about players, I'm talking the roles, yeah. They're not meant to be on the ball for too long. They're meant to get it and release it quick, like a hot potato. You get me? So yeah, let's show you what we're doing right now. Alright, so for in possession, you can go with fairly wide. I think that's what will suit it down to a T. Now, for the approach play, we don't need to play out of defence. In fact, what we're going to do is focus the play down the left, overlap that left-hand side. Literally just focus it on that left. Don't play out from defence, just focus it on that left-hand side. Now, passing directness, you can keep it on standard and lower tempo if you want to. And if something goes wrong, you can always change it to either shorter or a lot more direct, bruv. That's all up to you. So yeah, in fact, you know what? Right now, I'm going to keep it direct. That's what I'll do. So yeah, don't time waste, guys. Just straight to the point. Try and get goals as much as you can. Dribbling is optional. I'm not going to lie. For this situation, I think dribbling... You know what, dribbling more, it could be a little individual brilliance thing, not gonna lie. And then hit early crosses, I think that will just suit it so beautifully. Like, hit early crosses, imagine that complete wing back just crossing it early in here, and then something happens, it's gonna be a madness, bruv. Shoot on sight as well. Mixed crosses always, I don't choose no specific crosses, not gonna lie. And then play for set pieces, you can do that if you want to, up to you. Be more expressive, most definitely. So yeah, let's move on to intro. Alright, so when possession has been lost with this formation, it's ideal to regroup, not gonna lie. When they regroup, it will be hard to get it off them, because I mean to get through them, because they've got two no-nonsense centre backs. I know that Right back is vacant, so I'll make this no nonsense centre back a cover to cover for that right back. You've already got a defensive winger there. You've already got a wide centre back there anyway, so he's technically still a defender. So you're not gonna have too many issues when you regroup, yeah. And then when you win the ball, you have to counter. You have to just get it up there, simple as. And then goalkeeper, I think I'll do distribute quickly and distribute to flanks specifically. I was going to do specifically left flank, but it done both of them anyway, so yeah, you know what I was trying to do there anyway. Take long kicks definitely, and yeah, that is for in transition. Now for this formation, I want to invite pressure, but not too much pressure, so I'm either going to do standard defensive line or the normal lower defensive line. But what is going to happen is the attackers, they're going to have to be higher. That's always going to be a thing, higher always, because you don't want them to have to start from all the way down here where no one's near the goal. That's impossible. You have to keep them at least near the goal, which is why I've gone with higher. So yeah, that makes much more sense. And I think it might suit it better if we force opposition outside and try and play with a more narrow, with the two no-nonsense defenders. But then again, I think right now I'll choose standard, depending on how it goes, yeah. And then marking and tackling, I'll just keep that as it is. And trigger press, it's weird, but I might keep it standard. I might. It all depends. I'm not gonna lie, because it's defensive, we don't need to press. We could just keep our shape, yeah. But it depends on how you want to play. If you want to win the ball back and try and do your left-sided flipping, banging it in there thing, you can do that if you want to. But for now, I'll just keep it press less, to be fair. I'll do that still. Press less often, I'll keep that. And then prevent short goalkeeper distribution. I probably would as well, not going to lie. And tackling, get stuck in, definitely. This is a high intensity, what's it called? Tactic. And yeah, that's the tactic right there. That is the Balawaza. You get me? I've just shown you how to create a tactic. Like, I just created that. I'm not going to lie. I've known about this one before, but because of the wide centre-back, it's technically new. So yeah, you lot, that is the video right there. Shout out Farhan, my G. And yeah, you lot, if you learned anything, let me know. I'd like to know if you learned anything from this video. And yeah, if you like this video, like the video. Subscribe to continue what to expect from me, and I'll see you in the next episode, bro.